right here on Cricbuzz Live. We've thought we'd go a little in depth into the two teams and try and assess, do a little SWOT analysis, which of course is essentially about strengths and weaknesses. And we'll go team by team, Shaun. We'll start with the men in gold and yellow, as we now like to say it, and look at their possible strengths and weaknesses. And this is how we've decided to put it down. We've got some other nice, exciting colors in there. But Shaun, take us through maybe just the strengths, and then I'll get Ajay for no other reason, just because we're going in order to talk us about the weaknesses. Shaun?
Yeah, the openers have been brilliant. They basically set the tone for them. But in saying that, they failed twice against Delhi in the round robin stages. And I think the real strength of their team lies in those top two. In the middle order, there's just been Raidu, who's been pretty good, Moeen Ali, Uthappa, Raina, Dhoni. All four of those individuals haven't got going. So I think that would be a little bit of a worry for them. They've got some good bowling options, but if the wicket does take a lot of turn, you've only really got Jadeja to turn to, and he tends to dart it in rather than bowl those massive wicket-taking deliveries. He almost depends on people making mistakes. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. But then they're saying that they've got a massive experience, haven't they? They've been in these situations. There's a lot of guys there who know what's on the go. They've just been the ones who've dealt with the pressure, absorbed it, and won championships. So they know how to get over the line.
Okay, change of plan, Ajay. Rather than going quickly to the weaknesses, I want to pick on one more of the strengths that they have there. And I think it's important because we are talking about a playoff game. Their playoff strengths generally themselves and their playoff record against Delhi. Remember, they've lost both times to Delhi this season at the league stage. But historically, playoff record against Delhi, spot on. Will come to the party, won't it?
I don't know. I mean, how many times have they been runners-up? I mean, the biggest playoff is finals. I'm maybe the biggest fan of theirs, but I think the strength that they have is that they're consistent, and it's the big one-off games where the opposition has nothing to lose and they're not playing with any fear is when they actually go down. So I don't see that as their strength. I see their strength as being a solid side in a longer run. But on the playoff day, yes, because of their experience, you're absolutely right that they probably hold that. There it is. But the experience that they've got, I mean, look at that. I mean, the guys played 24 playoff games. Ravindra's played 19, Raidu's played 19, Bravo's played 17, Uthappa may have played some of those somewhere else, du Plessis played 10. So what the strength that there you see is not just the numbers of times that these guys have played, but every time they've been together. So you see that unit that's together, that's played off. So they have the experience of being in a playoff. I think most of those playoffs, they probably have not won. Because if you put that list of number of finals that they've lost, that is something that, they would really want to turn it around. They make consistent wins. They don't win when, that one game, because they play with no pattern. So if somebody comes and beats them, that's the only time they get beaten. They don't make mistakes. They just go about doing their business, and that list that you put up there very clearly shows you, and they've all been together for so long that they stick to their style of play. So you need to come out and do something different on a day. And every time that has happened, as a Chennai fan over the years, you remember those games like somebody like Manvinder Bisla came and blew them away in that final, and you don't see Bisla ever again. So that is my fear with them. That's the weakness I look at. I don't look at that as their strength.
Well, let's go straight to that then. If you started that, let's go ease slightly into the weaknesses. We'll go back into what we've prepared. And that is one point that Ajay has made. But is there any one of these 4 points, Ajay, and we'll get Shaun to pick one as well, that you think may be a key a key weakness that might come to the fore today?
I think amongst all those lack of frontline spinners, is probably one that might come good today. For a simple reason, because you've got Moeen Ali as well in that side, and I expect Moeen Ali to probably play a bigger role in there. This ground allows you to do that. Ravindra, I'm totally with Shaun what he said. He needs a surface to really help him out. And what we saw in that last game in Dubai was a little bit of health that was coming. And once that comes in, and we have this little joke, not a joke, but this is how we talk about Ravindra in the Hindi shows, is that he's a real estate man. Once that real estate is useful to him, then he just doesn't give up, because he does what he does so well. And if he gets purchased from there, then he becomes unplayable. So that weakness has to turn into their strength today for everything to turn around.